What is up, everybody? It's your boy Heckin' Steve here. So I bought this huge lot, mostly DVDs. There are some Blu-rays in there, off of an eBay seller. He had all these listed for, I think he had it listed for 400, and I sent him an offer for 350, and he countered with 360, and I said, let's do it. You know? The majority of these I didn't already have, and basically these two piles right here on the left are either ones that I already have or they're really scratched, so I'm either going to have to get them resurfaced or I'll sell them like super cheap. Because I don't want the duplicates, of course. Give me that Macho Collector's Edition there, that Legends collection. I actually took the individual DVDs out of that though, so they're in this pile here, but I'm not doing like an exclusive, or not an exclusive, but an extreme deep dive into these. But let's just go through and I'll show you. So I think with tax and shipping and everything, I ended up paying about $406. And, you know, I just recently got into collecting the DVDs and Blu-rays. And so I was like, this will pretty much make it to where I could have a pretty decent start. I mean, I already had a bunch anyways. So now I probably have close to 250, maybe 300, either events, compilations, or documentaries. And in one of the NXT cases, it had his ticket stub. And I messaged him. I said, hey, man, the ticket stub's in there. And if you want, man, I'll mail it back to you. Because, you know, that's probably sentimental to him. He said, nah, it's okay. You can keep it. But the majority of the collection here is in pretty light new condition. Maybe like light scratches. He said he was 27 years old. He had some of these since he was 9. So some of them did end up getting scratched. But, you know, first up, we've got the Jake the Snake DVD. This is a great documentary, or a compilation, rather. If you like Golden Age. We got Barely Legal. I think this actually is a boot. Yeah, this is a bootleg. So that's why I've got it in that pile, because I don't think I want to keep that. Hell, I might watch it, though. Triple H, That Damn Good. Got some decent matches on there. If you want to kind of freeze frame and look. Unfortunately, it's scratched, but I know a guy. I'm going to probably get those resurfaced. The ones out of this pile I want to keep. Twisted and Disturbed Life of Kane. Great set. I've actually watched this full set. I already have this one, but yeah, great set, man. Kane has some awesome matches. Rey Mysterio, 619. I think this is one of the shorter documentaries they did. Yeah, 3 hours, 10 minutes. So doesn't have much on there, but there are some bigger and better Rey docs in this lot that I bought. This is a Cage of Death Anthology Volume 1. So this is a 7-disc set. Bootleg. But, you know, I might pop it in before I throw it away. He had the unreleased Randy Savage collection, which is really awesome. But my brother already gifted me a copy of this, so I don't need that one, but it's practically brand new. And then I had bought a previous lot that had this one in it, so I don't need this one. The 2004 Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Great Hall of Fame. I already have this. Brock Lesnar Goes to Pain. I think everybody that has DVDs probably has this one. Wrestling DVDs, at least. This was one made a long time ago, back in 2003. So he was still fairly new. And, you know, there's not as much on there as like one of his bigger compilations. The Monday Night War. Only one disc, so very short. But, of course, there's a ton of documentaries out there about the Monday Night Wars with a lot more meat on the bone than that single disc set right there. All right, let's get back here. Now, originally he had like a Goldberg set, and he messaged me and he said that it was scratched. So he threw in some extras to kind of compensate for it. He ended up not giving me those, but some Pride and UFC discs here. I don't really want to collect these loose, but maybe I could give them away to somebody that's interested. So if you're part of the Facebook group and you're watching this video and you're interested, next time you like message me and let me know, and then next time you buy something, I'll just kind of toss it in. Hard Knocks at Cheap Pops. Decent DVD. Let's see what the runtime is. 206, so more of a shorter one. But anything Mick Foley is good. You know, even if you only get a couple of matches on there. Let me try to rotate these out. Okay. There we go. All right, so next up, Extreme Rules, the ECW, of course. I already have this one. But, you know, anything ECW is sweet, so. Mr. Perfect, Life of Times of Mr. Perfect. Already have. Great documentary. Watched it recently. The Rock, the People's Champ. Now, this is an old school DVD. I think this one ended up being pretty scratched up. Yeah, it's got some scratches on it. You know, it probably would play. I'll have to test it. There were a couple that I tested today. Actually, I'll go ahead and throw that in here while I'm thinking about it. This Undertaker's Deadliest Matches, which is in my keep pile. You know, one of the discs had, it looks like the Xbox 360 laser burn. I don't know if you can see that ring around it there. But it played all the way through without interruptions on my PS3, which blew me away because I watched that whole disc today while working. So I ended up keeping it. Brian Pillman, Loose Cannon. Great DVD. John Moxley, Parental Advisory, Explicit Violence, 5-disc set. This is a bootleg. I'll probably still watch it, though, because it's got a lot of the CCW stuff on there, I think. Here's another Pride FC thing. Fighting Championship. Ladder Match. Really disappointed that this one was scratched up. I'll try to get this one repaired, though, because I definitely want to keep that one. Greatest Stars of the 90s. I feel like every single lot that I've purchased, and I've probably bought 4 or 5, not to this size, but almost every lot has this DVD set in it, and it is great. I mean, it's a great set, but, you know, a man only needs one copy. And similar with this, the Paul Heyman, great documentary on here. Watched it a couple nights ago, but it's in almost every lot that I buy. Everybody loves Paul Heyman. The History of the WWE, great documentary. Actually, 3 little mini docs on here for each, like one on each disc, covering 5. Wait, no, I'm thinking of the greatest stars of the 80s. Yeah, I think only the first disc has a documentary on there, but it's still pretty good. Born to Controversy, the Roddy Piper story. Great set. I've been trying to watch a lot more of the Golden Age stuff because, you know, I was born in 1990, so, you know, the earliest memories I have of wrestling is probably like 92, 94. Back when like Yokozuna was facing Taker in that casket match. That's one of my, seeing a promo for that's one of my earliest wrestling memories that I have. But, you know, obviously I was hooked from Attitude Era and on until about 2006, 2007. And then I got back into it in 2015. Been watching full time ever since. Got the new and improved DX here. This is a great Rock compilation right here. I already have it though. Greatest Stars of the 80s. So that's the one that I was talking about. Great set. Especially like if you don't know much about the Golden Age. Definitely recommend checking that out. John Cena's Greatest Rivalries. I think this one was damaged. And then here is another Rock set, but I think the first one I just showed is better. If you've seen both, let me know which one you think is better, because I haven't actually looked much at the one that I just showed yet. Obviously, it's going to take me forever to start watching all these, because they're all like 5 to 6 hours long on average. So this tin here is awesome. Probably going to keep the DVDs out of it, but for a display, I'm in. You know, I'm gonna use that. Now this Macho Man Collector's Edition here. One thing I noticed or didn't notice when I bought this collection, this is like 3-dimensional. You know what I'm saying? Like it's got depth to the actual Macho Man here. Really cool set, but it opens up. Yeah, okay, like this. And I do have some of the DVDs in here. I'll try to get that on camera for you. Probably move the camera back a little bit too. Well, screw it. All right, so inside of this nice collector set here, I got my Macho Man Randy Savage story DVD set, and then I also threw the Ultimate Collection in there. But I think originally this came with like some sunglasses and a t-shirt, which is awesome. But you know, I think he kept that stuff for some reason, which is cool. You know, I wouldn't have been able to wear the shirt anyways, because chances of it having a big man certified size in there would be low. All right, now let's move on to the ones that are in pretty good shape. Other than The Undertaker's Deadliest Matches, but I already showed that one. All right, Bloodsport, Most Violent Matches, signed by Tommy Dreamer. So I already have this DVD, but of course I'll be keeping it for the autograph. This is probably going to be my next watch here, the best of In Your House. I'm going to put my Attitude Era rewatch on hold and go through this set because, you know, it's got a lot of early 90s stuff on it. And I'm excited to watch that, you know. All right, so here's some Blu-rays that were included. We got Mr. WrestleMania here, Shawn Michaels. I'm not really a huge Shawn Michaels fan, but I'll definitely pop this in one day. I work from home, so, I mean, background noise is perfect. You know, wrestling for background noise, rather. Best pay-per-view matches 2009 through 2010. I've never seen any of this, probably, unless it was on the if some of these are from WrestleMania, because I have seen every WrestleMania. So this will be an interesting watch. But yeah, the seller was really cool, man. We ended up communicating a little bit, and I told him to join the Facebook group and everything if he collects and stuff, or if he just needs someone to talk to about wrestling. There's plenty of us in there. The Streak DVD, or excuse me, Blu-ray. Next up, Attitude Era Volume 2. Volume 1's in here somewhere, but stoked to have that one. And oh, by the way, you know, these DVDs individually priced, you know, they go from anywhere between $10 to $20. So I mean, getting all these for around $400 was an insane deal. Greatest cage matches of all time. Unreleased Never Before Seen matches 86 through 95. Best of King of the Ring. I think I might already have this one, but I went ahead and put it in the keep pile. I'll have to double check. The Self-Destruction of Ultimate Warrior. Now, I already do have this one. However, this is the 2-disc edition, which comes with a little bit of extra stuff on it. I'm not sure if that's everything that's on that extra disc, just 3 matches. But the 2-disc version is a lot rarer than the standard. And the standard wasn't cheap anyways. I think I paid $15, $20 for it. 30 Years of Survivor Series. This will be great to look through. Watch through. The Prelude to the Attitude Era, 1996. NWO, Back in Black. I think I remember when that one came out. That's one of the shorter ones. Shorter documentaries. There's a bigger set in here somewhere. Triple H The Game. Hardcore Championship, WWF. I bet you that's a good DVD. Let's see how long this one is. Where is it? 1 hour, 40 minutes. There it is right there. That'll be easy to go through. Best of NXT TakeOver 2018. Undertaker, This Is My Yard. There's an old school DVD right here. I was actually surprised that there's a compilation for Finn Balor for everyone. 2-disc set. You know? I also saw AJ. There's an AJ compilation in here, which surprised me because you know, he made the majority of his career was outside of WWE, so I guess maybe almost every match he's had is on that DVD set. Shawn Michaels, My Journey. I think this dude was a big Austin and Taker fan. Well, he's a big fan in general, but the guy that owned these DVDs before me. The Rise and Fall of WCW, great set, great documentary. A lot of people kind of shit on that set, though. They say it's not as good as it should be, but I mean, probably because they're comparing it to the Rise and Fall of ECW. But, you know, there was a lot more extreme stuff on the ECW special features, like in the matches and stuff, so, I mean, that's probably a big selling point in comparison to WCW, but I love WCW. We got the Spectacular Legacy of the American Wrestling Association. So this is the kind of stuff I'm wanting to be watching, you know, here in the near future after I get through that In Your House DVD set, because AWA, I don't know anything about that. You know what I'm saying? Best of Hardy Boys, Twist of Fate. Got an old school D-Generation X DVD here. Hell yeah. Rock vs. Cena, Once in a Lifetime, 3-disc set. John Cena Experience. Greatest pay-per-view match is WCW Volume 1. If there's a Volume 2, I need to get it. I don't think it was in this. I think I already have this one, but I'm going to double check. But I'm excited to check that one out too. I like the Junkyard Dog and Jake the Snake. Extreme Revolution, ECW Uncensored. There's Old Tommy Dreamer right there. Some good matches on there. We got Mike Awesome versus Tanaka, Sandman Raven, Dudley's versus Balls, Mahoney and Spike. I'd be surprised if that isn't the best match on the card. We got this epic Good to Be the King, Jerry the King Lawler story. Can't wait to check that out, man. I love the King. Who doesn't, though, you know? And I was really stoked that this was in the lot. Heart of Gold. I would love to watch this. So that's going to be on the watch list, too. History of the Intercontinental Championship. I'm a big Intercontinental Championship fan, so that's great. Hart Family Anthology, which I didn't already have. Hell in a Cell, 3-disc set. Greatest Hell in a Cell matches of all time. Now that's probably a hoot of time right there. Let me get these closer. There's one of those better Rey Mysterio documentaries right there. The Life of a Masked Man, Rey Mysterio. The Story of Edge, 3-disc set. Top 50 Incidents in WCW, Oh My God, Volume 2. So I don't know if that's Volume 2. Well, it's probably different than that WCW one I showed earlier. Ultimate Warrior, The Ultimate Collection, 3-disc set. Really cool cover there. Animal Batista Unleashed. Top 50 Superstars of All Time. This is probably a good set. Alright, let me move all of these back over here behind us. I'll start grabbing some more from the right. One thing I definitely will say is buying a huge lot like this is kind of overwhelming. You know what I mean? Like, where the heck am I going to start with watching stuff? That's why I was saying I pretty much had to tell myself, watch Best of In Your House first. You know, that way the mission is assigned, and then the only thing left to do is to get it done. I'll tidy these up better after the video here. All right, next up, John Morrison, Rockstar. Twist of Fate, the Matt and Jeff Hardy story. I guess this is a different one from the one we saw earlier. Very similar name. Undertaker, The Last Ride. I believe this is the documentary where he finally started talking like a normal person and, you know, officially retired. I think that's what this is. Yes, this is from the WWE Network, so from 2020. That's a great documentary. Best of SummerSlam, or 30 years of SummerSlam. From the Vault, Shawn Michaels, 2 DVD set, old school DVD there. Wrestling's most incredible steel cage matches, Bloodbath. Look at the matches that they got on here. Isaac Yankem versus Bret Hart, 1995. Got the Steve Austin versus McMahon. That was an okay match. I actually just watched that one recently. Here's that AJ Styles DVD compilation I was talking about. 3-disc set. Another old school DVD here. Because Stone Cold said so. Love that cover, man. Legends of... Oh, snap. Done hit the camera. Legends of Wrestling, Jerry Lawler. And Junkyard Dog. I have a couple of other ones from this series of DVDs here. I don't know how many there are. I think there's like 4 or 5 different ones. There could be a lot more than that, but I think it's only like 4 or 5. But I need to get all of them. I know I have the Rick and Sergeant Slaughter one. Here's the Evolution pay-per-view. 2-disc set. 3-disc set, sorry. I did not know that this was actually in the lot when I bought it, so that's a really cool thing to have. They need to do another Evolution pay-per-view, man. They did it once, and it was successful, so like, why not do it again? Before They Were Superstars Volume 2. Before They Were Superstars Volume 1. Triumph and Tragedy of World Class Championship Wrestling. It's another one on the watch list. Ruthless Aggression Volume 1. Got the History of the World Heavyweight Championship. Look at this DVD set. Got a slipcover here. King of Kings, Triple H. I think this might be the be-all, end-all set that you want to get for Triple H. If you're a big Hunter guy. Allied Powers, the world's greatest tag teams. Love me some tag team wrestling. The best of Saturday night's main event. Add that to the watch list. Best of WCW Clash of the Champions. Nice Rick and Sting on the cover there. Here's the extensive NWO set right here. 3-disc set. Tons of features on there. 6 hours of special features. Wow. 7 hours total runtime. So this is... I need to put this on top of the pile here. I'll watch that one for sure. All right, let's move these here. Grab the next stack here. We got 3 more stacks to go. Go ahead and just kind of slide over here. We got the 20th anniversary of SmackDown. Now, this is a reprint cover, but the disc is actually the discs are authentic. You know, they're pressed, you can tell. Guess maybe they had lost the original, or maybe it was just a bad printing. Who knows? We got the Word Life John Cena DVD. That's probably got a lot of the better stuff for John Cena, or at least like before he went all PG on us. PlayStation 2 compatible. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, the life story of the Dragon 3-disc set. Excellent cover right there. I'd love to get this autographed by him, actually, or at least a picture of the cover. I gotta take a sip of water, guys. Oh man, I feel like a new man. Here's another great Ultimate Warrior DVD set here. Always Believe. We got the Superstar Billy Graham story. R.I.P. Have to watch that. Best of WWE 24 2020. Looks like they got R-Truth, Edge, Drew McIntyre, and WrestleMania on there. That's kind of cool. Old School Rock DVD. Just Bring It. Look, it don't even, like, you know, he don't even look anywhere near like that now. It's like a whole different person, man. Another unreleased set. This one is for Shawn Michaels, 3 discs. Getting Rowdy, the unreleased matches of Roddy Piper. I have no idea. I'm going to have to buy a whole new DVD shelf. Shawn Michaels' Boyhood Dream. They must have made a crap ton of this, because everywhere I go, if they have wrestling DVDs, this thing is there. So it's very common, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's horrible. It's got matches from 1996 on there, including the one against Bret Hart at WrestleMania 12. So that probably takes up like a third of the DVD right there, because that's that Iron Man match. Rise and Fall of ECW. Of course, I already have this set, but I think I put it in this pile because I want to swap it out. I think the one that I have now might have some scratches on it, and this one just looks a little bit better. Legendary Moments as chosen by John Cena. I wonder about this. I always get curious when they say it was chosen by such and such, because, like, do you think it really was? I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you think so. I think it's just a selling gimmick. From Secret to Sensation 3-disc set NXT. Is this supposed to be old Seth Rollins? In high school, looking young. Even Asuka looks a lot younger. Of course, Finn, you know, he's looked the same since he was a boy. And he has makeup on, so it helps. The Best of Sting. Look at that cover right there, man. Looks like a good set. Now this one right here, man. I love technical wrestling. You know, technical wrestlers tend to be my favorite. Chris Jericho, Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero, even Benoit, and you know, Owen Hart, of course, Bret Hart. So I love getting the sets for the technical guys. The Road is Jericho. I have his other set. I wonder if that one's got anything better on there. Probably the best Mankind or Mick Foley documentary that they've done is on this this set right here, in my opinion. I think his best match compilation is probably Greatest Hits and Misses, but the documentary on the life and career of Mick Foley is great. Best of 2017 NXT. All right, 2 more piles. We'll go ahead and go with this pile since you guys have been able to see it in the background, and we'll run through it fairly quick. Big Show, Giants World. Viva La Raza, The Legacy of Eddie Guerrero. Definitely going to have that on the watch list. The Best of Raw After Show, All Access. It's probably some interesting stuff on there. I wonder if that's where a lot of the extra attitude stuff that they added to the network on some of the episodes of Raw originate from, is from that set, maybe. Another Batista 3-disc set, I Walk Alone. RKO Out of Nowhere, Randy Orton 3-disc set. Another great wrestler. The Destruction of the Shield. Right when the Shield broke up was when I pretty much got back into wrestling, so this might actually be nostalgic for me, since it was like 8 years ago now, 7 or 8 years ago. There's the Ladder Match 2, Crash and Burn, 3-disc set. So I wonder what the heck is on here that wasn't on the first set. Rock and Mankind Ladder Match, Eddie Guerrero versus Six. I bet you that's good. McMahon and Shane versus Stone Cold. I don't remember that one. Edge and Christian versus the Hardys. I just hope that on either that set or Volume 1 that they have the Edge versus Christian match from No Mercy 2001, because that was a great ladder match. Another Sting DVD set. Great cover on that one. Into the Light. That's what that one's called. 50 Greatest Finishing Moves in WWE History 3-disc set. Can't believe you need 3 discs for that, but hey. I'm sure it has a documentary on disc 1, and it's all matches on disc 2 and 3. The Evolution of a Predator, Randy Orton, 3-disc set. You know, a lot of people forget that Randy Orton's been around forever, man. Look at this. The Best of SmackDown, 10th anniversary, 99 to 09. This is probably got some badass stuff on it here. Get to the end here. We got the Dusty Rhodes story. This is like a collector's edition or something. It opens all weird. I would love to show it. You know what? I'm going to show it. It's kind of like a book. Kind of how they did the Intercontinental, history of the Intercontinental and the World Heavyweight. But this is absolutely great. And it doesn't close properly, so I've just kind of been letting it sit a little open there. The Best of Great American Bash. Now, you want to talk about some old school. Look at that. You know, that late 80s, early 90s neon color. The great times, man. The ultimate anthology here of Hulk Hogan. And this one's kind of set up like a book, too, which I think is sweet. This is the best way to do DVD compilations. Okay? Because, yeah, remember I said earlier I had that Life, the Kane DVD set? The version I have is kind of like a, I don't know, like an eco-friendly one. And the discs aren't actually snapped into like a set case thing. They're just pull out of the paper, and it's horrible. Edge, A Decade of Decadence. And last one in this pile, Kevin Owens story, Fight Owens Fight. This is probably a great set because, as you can see there, that's when he was best friends with Jericho, and you're probably going to see a lot of the list on here. So this is probably an amazing set. And, you know, of course, they got a little bit of his run as Universal Champion, where he was squashed by Oldberg, which I think was the most ridiculous thing ever. But whatever. All right, final pile. Bret Hart, best there is, best there was, best there ever will be. One of the best sets that you can buy. And it's not even worth that much. It's like $5 or $10, I think. Best things in life are cheap. Dawn of the Attitude Era. This is 1997, so this is right, I guess, heading up to Montreal Screwjob, because I know WWE likes to consider the Montreal Screwjob the beginning of the Attitude Era. Of course, everybody has their own opinion on when the Attitude Era started. I honestly would say the beginning of 97. But it was probably around May of 1997 when they started to call it Raw is War. So I guess that's technically when it's officially started. But yeah, see, this is kind of like that Dusty set. I love it, man. And, you know, it looks like a book because it's the history. I'll see myself out. All right. We got John Cena My Life DVD. This one is from a while ago. I remember when this was released. It was like 2005? No, 2007. So that's around when I stopped watching, was when that came out. The McMahon DVD set. I've heard this one's great. I haven't seen it yet all the way. Of course, I've seen the majority of the stuff that's on there, probably. But they need to make one for Shane. Shane is one of the best. You know, he about damn broke his neck a dozen times. Another Shawn Michaels, Heartbreak and Triumph. The Best of Madison Square Garden. This is probably a great set. Yeah, covering everything, man. All the way back to Bruno's days. All the way to John Cena's return. It's me, DDP, positively living. I love DDP, man. Love to meet that guy. I read his most recent book, man. He's great. He's a great guy, man. Of course, everybody knows he helped Jake the Snake get back on his feet. Greatest superstars of the 21st century. We've got a Seth Rollins compilation here, 3-disc set. Seth is one of my favorites of the current roster. Then we got the Attitude Era. This is the Volume 1, I believe. Yeah. Probably seen everything on that one in the past couple months. Because I'm like halfway through 1999 now, but I started in 97. The Legacy of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Great compilation. I think I already had this one, but I'm gonna probably swap it out because I think this one is in better shape. Of course, RIP to Scott Hall here. Living on a Razor's Edge, Scott Hall 3-disc set. Amazing set. Eric Bischoff, Sports Entertainment's most controversial figure, 3-disc set. And down to the final 3 here. Wrestling's Highest Flyers. So this is going to be probably a cruiserweight and other high flyer documentary or compilation. The Falls Count Anywhere set. This is another one that I see a lot in the wild. But it's probably got some epic stuff. I mean, just look at that cover right there. There's no way that this compilation would suck. All right, and the very last one last stand. I think this is the newer DX DVD set. I think the new and improved DX set came out after this one, but from what I've heard, there's 3 of these big compilations for DX, and one of them is horrible. I think it's the new and improved one. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you think, man. Do you guys still collect these DVDs? I'll catch you guys in the next video.